George Washington, the man who created a nation. Imagine being offered the chance to become king and turning it down. Imagine leading an army that was outnumbered, underfed, and close to defeat, yet somehow changing the course of history forever. Most people know George Washington as America's first president, but very few know the incredible journey that transformed an ordinary young man from Virginia into one of the most influential leaders in history. His life was filled with danger, impossible decisions, military defeats, unexpected victories, and sacrifices that shaped an entire nation. This is the story of George Washington. Born in Virginia in 1732, George Washington didn't grow up as a king, a prince, or even a famous soldier. He was an ordinary young man who learned to survive in the wilderness as a land surveyor, spending long days exploring forests and mapping unknown territory. Those experiences taught him discipline, patience, and courage, skills that would soon be tested in war. When conflict broke out between Britain and France in North America, Washington joined the Virginia militia. His first military campaign ended in defeat, forcing him to surrender at a small fort called Fort Necessity. Many believed his career was over, but Washington refused to let failure define him. He studied his mistakes, became a stronger leader, and years later was chosen to command the Continental Army during the American Revolution. Against one of the most powerful empires in the world, his army faced freezing winters, hunger, and impossible odds. Yet Washington's determination inspired his soldiers to keep fighting. After years of struggle, the colonies won their independence. Instead of taking absolute power, Washington did something almost unheard of in history. He stepped aside and later became the first president of the United States, proving that true leadership is measured not by the power you keep, but by the power you're willing to give up. More than 2 centuries later, George Washington remains one of history's most respected leaders, remembered not because he sought greatness, but because he chose duty over personal ambition.